Hey y'all, how's it going? It is Saturday, February 15th. I got the date without looking at it. I'm impressed. Um, just thought I'd check in. I definitely enjoyed. I know I have people on my page that don't like the snow. I like the snow, so I enjoyed it coming down and getting some kind of winter. We'll see how the rest of the season goes. Wasn't it just like 2 or 3 years ago that we had like our biggest snowfall of the year actually happened in early April? Um, so we'll see. But I enjoyed it, and you know, it's all good. But trying to figure out exactly what I wanted to. There's so much I could talk about right now. It's been an interesting couple of days being reminded of how much of the story gets told by the people who are telling the story. Um, and how easy it is for history to the reality of history to be just out the window, out the door. Um, and it's actually almost easier for that to happen now with so much with the digital age and AI and social media. And you tell a story and all of a sudden 10 more people tell the story, and here you go, it's the honest to God's truth, and nobody is has verified anything. And then you've got the folks who like to stir the pot, uh if not even like to cause negativity or anything, but they just like to stir the pot. uh and it's just fascinating to me, whether it's national media, the press, all that, local media, local influencers. Look, it just goes. And um yeah, it's just I don't tend to have a lot of patience for it because I find it harmful to community. I find the is in this day and age, right now, in the time that we're in, to intentionally put effort into changing history, erasing history, because guess what? History can't be changed. Erasing it, skewing it, um, you know, all of these pieces. I'm like, it's like I said a month ago. I promise you that everyone I know is looking around and not, how do I put this? Uh, we don't take for granted who it is that we trust anymore. Not one bit. I don't care how much of an ally someone has been. There's that trust is gone, even if they haven't done anything different, right? Because we don't have any more room for error. We don't have any room. There's no margin there. And in all honesty, that goes for people in the community too. I promise you, someone's identity as being part of the queer community does not immediately create an environment in which I'm going to trust them. And it long before current times. This has been around for a long time because I've been around for a minute, and I promise you, whether someone talks to me or not, or whether I'm directly engaged, whatever someone is doing around the corner to attempt to harm me, honestly, has 99% of the time very likely gotten back to me, whether I ever said anything or not. Because I don't play, like I said years ago, I don't play in the mud. I do not play in the mud. I will go over here and pop some popcorn and have a giggle fest over some drama from the sofa, but I'm not going to play in the mud. Um, and there's a lot of mud in our community, and it's sad, but it's real, and people get hurt by it. People get hurt by it, and uh, it's just, and I know it's not just our community. It's because And I hate to say it's human nature, but socially speaking, it kind of is. Um, just recognize that at some point, whatever benefit is coming from harming community is going to run out. It's just going to run out. Even if no one ever says anything, even if it's not boof in your face, something's happened, that whatever that benefit is temporary. And that's just the way it is. So, I have definitely tightened up my circles big time. I'm not, believe it or not, I promise you this is real. I'm not a hugely social person to begin with. I didn't grow up in the bars. I didn't go clubbing. I was working 80, 90, 100 hours a week all the way through my 20s. I started working and earning money to pay for things when I was 15 years old. Actually, before that, I've been babysitting from like age 11 or 12. I don't remember. Um, I'm a huge homebody, and I don't pretend otherwise. So I've never had a huge circle, but it is really, really close at this point. And uh, part of me is kind of sad about that because you just you want to build community and strengthen community, and that takes connections, right? But when push comes to shove, you know I I when you live with a target on your back, you kind of learn how to put a vest on, right? So anyway, I just had to get that off my chest. And it's not a specific instance that I'm referring to. There's just kind of a collection of things that seem to have rolled around the last couple of weeks, and I don't see the point. I don't see the point in weakening community to get ahead. But because eventually, again, whatever the benefit is runs out. Uh, I think as if we don't already know, we have some really interesting times ahead of us. I mean, they're already here, yes, but I think we've barely started. We already know this. And I I think there's some really interesting conversations that folks need to start having about what does it actually mean to get through and to make it through and to sustain in a time that is literally attempting to destroy us. Uh, yeah, this is a very interesting week. It's not like a bad week, but it's been a very heavy week. Um, and sometimes it's just a lot. And yeah, obviously, I know I'm not alone, and not even the hardest hit, so to speak. But so I just kind of want to recognize that I know that that's out there. I know it's here in my house. My wife and I both work in the nonprofit world. My wife works with at-risk young folks, and so they see the repercussions of everything all the time, every day. Um, and sometimes I have to remind myself this. This is one of the reasons I really like the folks that work for Pride Northwest, because uh, there are just these times where, like, Deborah, cheer the heck up, um, or there's just a little push every once in a while to whether it's somebody sending me memes, and not that I ever send memes in the middle of the night. I would never do that. But whether it's something to make me laugh or reminding me to, like, hello, let's think more positively about the potential of what we're dreaming over here, right? Um, and I'm not, believe it or not, I'm actually not, I'm well, honestly, there's no way I'd be able to do what I do for so long if I was actually a really cynical person. I know that I'm not a cynical person. It does not mean that I don't get down. So, have to push back against that. And fortunately, there are folks around me that will, bop me upside the head and, you know, give me a popsicle or something. Um, but yeah, I mean, I'm just sort of recognizing that things are really heavy and we have to guard against uh, harming ourselves and each other before anyone else ever has a chance to get to us. I think we really, really need to guard against being our own worst enemy because this community is really good at that. So I'll leave it at that. Kitty's about to be home and time for dinner and all that, but I just had to get that off my chest, really. So, y'all be careful, take care, and I'm sure I'll have more later.